First, I want to tell you, building a whole new respect today on people that make videos for YouTube. In my head, I figured this to be a lot more more easy. Putting a GoPro on your helmet and going down the street and talking to yourself was probably the easiest part that I ever came up with. It was simply easy. I've even learned how to listen to music and ride down the street. But learning today was software, learning the basics, and I tried to make one earlier while I went to deposit a check and then go and talk about a subject. And I realized when I got there that, yeah, I should have probably practiced again with, or actually just practice with the chest mounted harness while I ride. Second one was bring a tripod. Third one was bring batteries. Just a lot easier. Then learning the basics on editing software. And I said, hey, I'm going to go out there and put the bike cover on. I should go, like, you know, play around and do a setup with the GoPro. And then I got out here and I figured out that, hey, why isn't this GoPro turning on? Hey, what's going on? Oh, I opened it. Oh, I got no battery. Oh, I don't even have an SD card in. So I had to go back inside, go in, unzip, get an SD card, grab a battery, throw it in, came back out, set it up. Then I'm not even sure if I'm in the frame or not, because my head's probably getting cut off. I'm going to angle it even just a little bit more north of here, and then that cuts off the tire. So then you move this back. You go, well, that changes that. So let's go with that one. So it ain't so fucking easy. And I'm looking at it and it looks like it's pointing down and it's not capturing my head. So I'm figuring out the optics of this GoPro, because each one might be different. Who knows? I'll figure it out after I do a whole bunch of video and then find out my whole head's been cut off. Need to buy. This is my throttle hand, and it looks newer than the one that's on the left side. And the left side looks like it's kind of tearing. Alright, so the whole point of this was to come out here, smoke a pipe, and talk to myself, make a video, because I'm going to bring it inside and try to edit this video. Pipe is a, I don't even know how to pronunciate it, but it's Musang, M-U-X-I-A-N-G. Cheap pipe, eBay, probably 30 bucks, 25. Tobacco, Captain Black, white, or original, I don't know which way it's supposed to go. Over 8-9 months, I sort of kind of figured out how to pack a pipe. My cadence is still off of breathing, so my pipe sometimes gets really hot, and if I don't puff enough, it goes out. I don't mind if it gets too hot. It's never got so hot I had to put it down. You just grab it differently. But I was going to make a video earlier about my struggles over the last 6-7 months, which has been my injury at work and what it has done and what my life has become. Back on August 12th, 2022, I picked up this hobby, not a habit. Well, it's a habit that I like to have as a hobby, because I can go, I think it was Tuesday, didn't smoke a pipe. Yesterday I think I smoked 2. This is my second one today. But October 27th of 2022, I got on this bike, rode it to work, got off, went in, punched in, saw a whole bunch of patients, and I got to the afternoon, and I was doing transfer training with a patient. And during that transfer, her good leg buckled, and it became a dependent recovery of a loss of balance. And to ensure safety of the patient, I helped her get to her bed, which was her sitting position. But I heard 3 pops in my back. And there was a decent amount of pain, because when she was on the bed, then she was sitting, I sat in her wheelchair, and I was going into back extension. And I just wasn't getting out of the pain, and I was trying to move around, and finally, kind of like there was a jab to my spine. And I walked down to the therapy room. A lot of people were doing notes. My boss was there, and like I was just doing transfer trading with this lady. She fell. I got her to the bed, and kind of told them. And one of the PTs is like, hey, if you want me to, I can step in and help you fix it. And I said, no, I'm good, because earlier that week I got a pinch in my shoulder, and I didn't know if it was from sleeping or running or whatever else. October 27, 2022 was the last day I ran. My 4-mile run that I did every morning. So I continued to work. I was able to suck it up. And I came in on Friday. I rode the bike again Friday, and I told Craig, a guy I work with, maybe all this is going to help me make a video with him, because him and I had this idea 13 years ago to make a movie. I said, well, I got all the equipment. I got cameras. I got 3 of them. I can get different angles. We have an idea of how to go. We had people that are willing to get into the movie, so we have extras. That'll be a story for another day. So that weekend came, and I had a couple extra narcotics to take, and from a prior surgery, and you know, I was taking those to reduce the pain, and I got through the weekend. Oh, sorry, that Friday, day after I hurt myself, I did tell Craig, I said, you know, I'm going to be lucky to get to age 60 and still doing this job. Which is funny. Oh no, I said that the week before. I said to him that, you know, I'm going to be lucky to get 60 if I doing this job. The day after the loss of balance injury to my back, I went in that Friday. I told him I'm lucky to get to 50 with this job. So I'm 49. I'm not in the shape that I was on that October 27th day. I've gained 35 pounds. But to continue, went through the narcotics over the weekend. Monday went to work, Tuesday went to work, Wednesday went to work. Thursday morning, November 3rd, I woke up at 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom. And I bent over to lift the toilet seat cover up, because I sit down when I piss and poop. And I won't ever forget the feeling I had from the top of my neck straight down to the bottom of my foot. I couldn't fully extend everything enough to get rid of the pain. And I said, well, I need to get to the kitchen and get some ibuprofen. And I tried to get up off that toilet, and boy, the pain was unbearable. And I made it probably about 10 feet. Barely could put any weight on my left foot. And sat down at where I'm actually doing the editing. Sat down on that rolly chair. I reached over and grabbed the runner down the hallway, and I threw it out of the way. And I rolled myself back, and I started deep, deep sweat. I mean, I was close to soaking a shirt at that point in time. That's how quickly this came on. So, I mean, not soaked, like wring it out, but I was starting to perspirate. And when I was rolling down the hallway, I just saw those stars coming that you're going to pass out. And I got to the end of that hallway, and I remember I banged that wall, the door with the chair. And I looked over at that bed, and I said, well, that's where the phone is at. and that's where I can lay down. I said it's no better time than the present, because you're going to pass out and you're going to be in the hallway and you're probably going to smack your head against something. So I got up, I hopped those 4 feet from that chair into my bed, and the pain, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 meaning I started to think, how, if I have to live like this, how easily is it going to be to get down to my gun and shoot myself? Because I would have contemplated suicide right then and there. Wasn't at 10 out of 10. That means I'm shooting myself. That means I'm actively going to do it. So I laid there, I don't know, got into bed, I don't know, 2:05, 2:10, I don't know how long that lasted. But I got into that bed, and I do remember seeing 2:30. And I was trying to lay on my side, lay on my back, lay on my other side. I was trying anything to get out of pain. And I sat there and I texted my boss. I said, hey, look, I can tell you right now, I don't know, probably was closer after 3 o'clock when I realized it. The pain wasn't going away. So I texted her at some point in time between 2 and 5. I could look on my phone. And I text my second wife, Heather. There's a friend of mine that I spoke to didn't have a car, and I didn't know how we would get over, so called my second wife, we'll name her Heather. I texted her and I said, hey, you know, I'm feeling pain, any way you can come over here and, you know, at least unlock my door and figure out, you know, get my ibuprofen and this and that, because she was the only one that owned a key to the house. Oh, that was the other reason. Dominique doesn't own a key. So I laid in that bed until 5 o'clock when I couldn't stand it anymore, and I said, fuck it, I gotta call her. So I called her, she didn't pick up. I left an answer. Called her back up. I think I called her twice. Left another message on her phone. And I think it was more along the lines of 6:30 or so. I call her again, and she picks up the phone. She goes, I'm on my way. So she's like, my car was having problems yesterday, and it's not running right. And she started to probably yell at her car, and I said, you know what, just turn around and get your car back home safely. I don't need you dying on the highway, and then you're going to have to get a tow bill. She goes, I'm going to be over there. I'm going to get an Uber over. So she got the car back. She got an Uber. She was texting me when she was going to get there. She got here. She came in, unlocked the door, and came in. And she brought me her own little concoctions, and I wish I would have taken my concoctions, which was ibuprofen, because I was out of narcotics the weekend, you know, that earlier weekend. Because her shit didn't do crap. Muscle relaxer, it's not a muscle, it was a nerve. Who knew? I mean, you know, because the flow. You know, it's not muscle because it's going over joints. So she said she'd never seen me that way before, and I probably lost my temper a little, and it's fucking hurt. So finally she knew that it was the last resort, and she made me agree we had to do 911 because there was no way. She didn't have a car. I guess if she had a car, she would have pulled it around, and I would have had to do the exact same shit that I had to do when the 911 got here, because those fucking guys had me walk all the way out, go down the stairs, then they lifted me up and put me on the table. So $600 by the way for that one trip. I now know why I don't do 911. You can get yourself there, get yourself there. When you get bills for that much money, it's gonna start raining, I guess. Here I am. Gonna cover the bike. Thought it was just a little pea from maybe a bird flying overhead, but I came out here originally to put on a cover. Now, there is a clip underneath that you can put on, but it looks like it's going to be hopefully a quick little storm. See if I can switch it. If I put you in here, I'm probably way too low. So let's see if that one goes. So yeah, you can buckle underneath and be done. That started my 6-month journey of not riding. But this thing was the one hobby that I just picked up that kept my brain interactive. Not so much in the beginning of the injury, but definitely towards way before surgery. Probably December, because I'd bought some, I'd bought some tobacco for Christmas and stuff like that, and I bought some Halloween stuff. So I was building a cellar. This is a long story too, what not to do, or we'll see if it wasn't not to do, but it's going to take me 2 years to figure it out. But to learn how to clean it at the end of every pipe smoke, learn how to pack it, get all the right equipment, everything. Just my tail light looks like it's has a crack in it, and there's water in the reverse. See if I can get a tail light. So it gave me something to work towards, and now I own, I don't know, 17, 20 pipes, 70 tins of tobacco. So many different kinds, but I was buying 2 tins at a time because then I was trying to stock up on the ones that I loved. Then I found out that aromatics don't store well. Aromatics you buy and you smoke, which kind of sucks because I bought a lot of Autumn Evening by Cornell and Deal. Eileen's Dream. Hopefully they last 2 years and they'll be fine. If they last 2 years, I'll be good. I'll start buying more, like I'll buy Christmas, and if they're still good, you know, now a year old, I know how good that Christmas blend will be the next year if I don't get to it this year. So came out here to do this video. That's a helicopter. See, still learning. It's kind of like don't piss in the wind. Don't pour a cup of piss out into the wind, because you're going to get sprayed. I'm going to see how close I can get to this. I'm about a foot away. We'll see. We'll see how I learned on this, because I have a, I don't know, 3.5 foot tall one. And I got one, I think that's 5 feet tall, or 6 feet tall, whatever it is. Wanted to see how the tripod would work. But now I've learned how to set it up, frame it out. We'll see how good it is when I go back in. And we'll go from there. Maybe my next girlfriend, I'll set some up for some bedroom fun. Then I can edit that, make my own porno that I star in myself. We'll see, right? There's a part of me that's like, hey, buy more of these because you're going to want them. You know, one's going to break. And well, one thing I've learned how to do is, well, I haven't learned it yet, but you need to have some self-control, because if not, you get 70 tins of tobacco. So did I bring everything in? I put the yeah, I think so. Put the tarp on the bike. I got 2 lighters. I got my tamper. Alright, let's see how this video is. 30 minutes. First I gotta maybe I can show you how to. So this is my pipe that I've learned. There is a charcoal filter. Pull that out. They come in a box of 10. And I guess I've already used 10 out of that one. So you gotta have a lot of these because I change it out every single time I smoke. So I don't like the flavor or taste. What the hell are you doing, Blake? You're making a video, so you're messing up. You know, things that you thought were only used by kids, and they're called pipe cleaners. And until you smoke a pipe, do you realize what a pipe cleaner does? Now I usually push it down, but that time this pipe doesn't like to go down. That's what he said. She doesn't like to go down. It's he said, not she said. Anyways, I throw in both. You can feel the moisture on it. I swirl it around, clean out the stem hole. There's a lot of sexual innuendos with piping. So, and I take the end and just run it around it. Oh, I usually put a paper towel in there and I swirl it around while it's nice and warm, getting the stuff off the sides. Then I throw it back together again, make sure the stem is straight. And then I throw this stuff away. So, now, there is 2 plastic ends to these filters. It's a paper cotton wrap around it. It's got charcoal inside, little balls. It's very hollow, so that's not all just garbage. And then it has 2 plastic tips, or ceramic tips, I think they are. Ceramic, which, you know, better for the environment than plastic, I guess. They're on the sides. And then this is recycled. How true that is that'll be a whole nother video of recycling. So yeah, those are the kind of things that I'm going to make a video about. But the, you know, recycling, fluffies, I'll probably come back to that multiple times. And pipe smoking, I'll always have it in there. So anyways, let's check out this video.